Hello everyone and happy Valentine's Day. So, that being said, welcome to the very first Valentine themed episode of Nerd Theater. Now this is not only a special episode because it's Valentine's Day, but also because we have a special guest. Yeah, for the first time in Nerd Theater history, we have someone on the show besides me. I'm sure you're all ready for that by now. So, without further ado, welcome my good friend, Sabrina. I said, welcome my good friend Sabrina. Yeah, hi Sabrina. You remember that video we were filming today? Yeah, no, the Nerd Theater. What's Nerd Theater? Okay, so today on Nerd Theater, we're going to be talking about love. Romantic films, to be exact. Now, romance has been an element that's been implemented in film either subtly or more prominently, almost becoming a main focus of the movie as a whole, which is what we're going to be talking about here today. So this isn't really a top 10 list like I've done in the past, or even a best of romantic film list. This is just the romantic movies that have impacted me the most as a whole personally, either recently or sometime long ago. So these are just those films that kind of strike me as really special. Maybe they're not your favorite, but hey, this is my list. So without further ado, let's jump right into the best romantic films, in my opinion. So the first film I'm going to be talking about is a Mark Webb movie that came out not too long ago, actually. It's called 500 Days of Summer, and this movie surprised me. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. Now, I've seen this movie a few times by now. However, the first time going in, it really surprised me in a good way. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I got out of this movie. So first of all, something I want to say is the romance genre. There's a lot of duds. That's no surprise. That's no shock. I'm not the first person to say that. But a lot of these movies, they see, oh, here they're making romance films and they're selling well, so let's jump on the bandwagon. They're cheap, they're easy, so we'll just toss it together and make a bunch of money. This movie didn't feel like that. No, it had a very talented cast, very talented director behind it, and it was really creative. It really had its own style that set it apart from the thousands of movies in this genre. So yeah, that made it really stand out to me. It opens up in like kind of a Super 8 old film camera way, which I think was actually shot on a Super 8, which I thought was really cool because it showed that these were events in the past, so they used a vintage film look. Just small details like that really made me appreciate this film. And however, another thing I really liked about this movie was the fact that it's a non-linear story. Now, I've talked about non-linear narratives in the past on this show. I think it was when I was doing my Christopher Nolan episode, or maybe it was when I was talking about Pulp Fiction, one of the two. But it uses that non-linear structure to kind of craft its story. The events jump around from the present to the past to the future over the course of 500 days, hence the title. So I really like that aspect of the film. I like the characters. They were all very memorable. It was funny, it was entertaining, and I had a good time with it. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, guys, definitely check this one out. It's a lot of fun. It's really charming. It's a really funny movie. I had a great time with it, and it actually surprised me a lot. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did. However, it has a very talented director, a very gifted cast, and it's got a really unique style of its own. Also, one of the things that I liked about this movie, it kind of steps away from some of the romance cliches and does its own thing. Granted, it does jump back to those to rely on those cliches, but it does enough things different to justify doing some of the same that we've already seen. So it does feel like its own thing, which I really respected about that. And hey, you might pull something from this. It's got a good message that never comes off as preachy or anything, so you might learn a thing or two. So yeah, definitely check this one out because it's very well made and it's very fun. So yeah, moving on to the next one. So the next film on this list is Jason Reitman's 2017 comedy, Juno. So this movie, not only is it a comedy, but it's also a drama. And first of all, I love this movie. I love Juno so much. I've seen it so many times, and I think one of the biggest reasons as to why I like it so much is its writing. This movie's writing is great. Its sense of humor is dry but really witty and really funny. The comedic timing is perfect, and I think a lot of that is editing, but also a whole lot of that is a testament to how well the actress Ellen Page and the actor Michael Cera handle this material. And they bounce off of each other really well. And their awkward chemistry, their characters' awkward chemistry, really adds a lot of charm to this movie. A kind of weird charm, but it's there for sure. But yeah, this movie has a lot of heart. The emotional moments hit home for sure. They really work because, again, the performances all around the board are great. And it's just a really, really fun movie. It's a sentimental movie, and it not only deals with young romance, but it also deals with teen pregnancy, which is quite a touchy subject for quite a few people. However, this movie handles it very carefully, makes it a very relatable movie, a very easy to enjoy movie. And yeah, it handles the material well. It's a really fun movie, a really funny movie. And like I said before, it has a lot of heart, and that's a true testament to all the actors in it and the writing too. Again, the writing in this movie is great. I enjoy the soundtrack, and it's just a really charming movie that has stood the test of time. I like Jason Reitman's other films, but I think as far as Juno is concerned, it's definitely my favorite of his works. And the third and final film on this list is Michael Gondry's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Now, I love all the movies on this list that I've made. However, if I had to pick one, it would be Eternal Sunshine. And that's why I saved it for last, because this movie has not only impacted me the most and resonated with me the strongest, but I feel like it's the best movie on this list. It's the most creative, it's the most inventive, and I think the strongest reason for that is, without a doubt, its script. The script is the best part of this movie for me. Charlie Kaufman wrote it. He's one of the best screenwriters currently working in Hollywood. But it's such a great script because it's so inventive, and the themes and the message in this movie are so strong and so powerful and so relatable that anyone who watches this is going to take something out of it. So obviously this movie is a romance, otherwise it wouldn't be on this list. However, it talks about so much more than just that. For example, the main theme of this movie, other than romance, and some could argue it's even higher than love, is memories and how they affect us as individuals in society. So basically, the human mind, this is no secret, but I'm not breaking new ground here, but the human mind is compiled of all these memories that have brought us to where we are today. You remember some, but you remember the ones most that have impacted you or affected you, whether they be good or whether they be bad. They are what they are, and you can't change that. However, this movie asks the question of what if you could alter those memories. But towards the end, you start to realize that memories, good or bad, they make you who you are. And if you get rid of those memories, you become less of the person that you've grown to be. So it really kind of shows their importance and kind of what happens to a person if they lose these memories, because there's things everyone would want to forget, right? There's things you wish you could just pull out of your mind, but when you stop and think about it, you'll think, but I've learned from those mistakes, so why would I want to take them away? So that's kind of the strongest message that this movie portrays, and it's the one that affected me the most. So they kind of show this through a visual style, a very unique visual style. Like I said before, this movie's the most creative, inventive, but also the most strange movie. So as an audience, we're pulled into the mind of the main character, and the visual techniques in this movie, while really unique, do a very good job of showcasing the human mind and its memories and how they'll be slowly pulled away and kind of stripped away and distorted throughout our main character's head. So that was really unique and a really cool part on a technical level for this movie. However, like I said before, the strongest part of this movie is its script and its characters. The main character, Joel, played by Jim Carrey, is a more emotional, more kind of serious, almost depressing character than Jim Carrey has ever played. which is odd because you think Jim Carrey and you don't really think drama actor. However, he pulls it off tremendously here. And then Kate Winslet plays the more, upbeat, kind of bubbly, heart and soul personality of this movie. However, she kind of develops into a more serious character too along the way. So yeah, this movie is definitely about character development, but first and foremost, it's about memories. And yeah, it resonated with me so strongly. I can't really say too much about it without kind of lessening its impact for an audience seeing it the first time. But all I can really say is definitely check this movie out because it's got a great script, very inventive cinematography and effects for such a small budget. This movie was made for I don't know the exact budget, but I know it was a smaller budget. However, what they made is very, very special and something that I have definitely appreciated over the years. So yes, see this movie. It's definitely worth your time. The writing is great, the characters are amazing, and the overall message is so relatable and so moving that alone is reason enough to see it. However, there's so many reasons to see this movie, so please do, because I think that it is the best romance film of all time. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this latest episode of Nerd Theater, and until next time, stay tuned, you guys.
Happy Valentine's Day from Mr. Magoo and his son Brian.
This is
And
our
our
first
good
special
dog.
guest star.
Yeah, it's not very often I get on YouTube.
Yeah,
Got the new mic going.
I do. Yeah,
Got everything set up.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, got the whole
All
setup
right.
going.
You gonna edit me out?
No, I'll keep you in.
To keep me in?
You wanna? Yeah, I'll give you a part in the
Any
movie.
Valentine's wishes I need to?
Sure. Yeah.
I'd like to wish my wife, Sarah Curtis, a happy Valentine's Day.
Nice, Molly. Any people you want to wish? No.
I'd like to wish our daughter, Hannah, a happy Valentine's Day. Grammy. And the girls.
And the girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. Everyone gets in on it.
Now, do we believe that Valentine's Day is kind of a fabricated holiday for forces men to spend money? What do you think?
I don't know. That's another video for another
Have you ever
day.
forgotten your Valentine on Valentine's Day?
I've never had to forget one.
Not a good move.